favorite YouTube fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it, Real Talk Boxing. It's a privilege and honor and a blessing to be back with you beautiful people again. Happy 4th of July. I have decided to take the day off from working out. When training, knowing when to train and knowing when not to train is very, very important, especially when you're 42 years old. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to over-exhort yourself. I've overtrained before and in the past, and it's not a pretty sight. So, you young cats, y'all can train day in and day out, but not Real Talk. I usually do 3 days in and then do 1 day off. And today is my day off from training, and I'm finna chill out. But listen, I want to talk about Canelo Alvarez, man, and the Caleb Plant fight possibly not happening. Now, we all know professional boxing is like Russian roulette, man. You just never know what you're going to get. Well, no, I wouldn't say Russian roulette. Let's compare it to a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You just don't. You'll have talks, and then you'll have some movement, and you'll have more talks, and then just when you think the fight is about to happen, it doesn't happen. Now, I'm not saying that the Caleb Plant Canelo fight is not happening, but Eddie Hearn says, hey, man, we want the Caleb Plant fight. But if it doesn't happen, what other champions can we fight? And they've been talking about going up to 175 again, to light heavyweight, which I wouldn't do. I got to be quite honest with you. I would not do that. I think campaigning again at 175 light heavyweight for Canelo is not a smart move, especially when you're trying to become the undisputed super middleweight champion. Now, what the deal is with the Caleb Plant fight, I don't know. Because, to be honest with you, Canelo's at a point in his career where he can fight whoever he wants when he wants. Now, Caleb Plant asked for $10 million. Has something changed in his price? Has Caleb Plant gone up in his price of what he wants to basically sell his belt? I don't know. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen anything on it, but it's quite possible. Maybe he's gone from 10 million to 15 mil, from 15 mil to 20 mil. You just never know. But I have to be quite honest. If Caleb Plant wants 15 mil, I believe that Canelo has the backing, the power, and the money to buy that belt. Because, like a lot of people in the world, I think Caleb Plant doesn't have anything for Canelo Alvarez. And I think Plant and his team knows that too. So let's cash out. Let's get this money. And if that is the case, which I'm not sure, then I do not blame Caleb Plant or his team for wanting to cash out. Okay, I have something that you need to go in the history books, then you're going to pay for it. I mean, I'm not mad at Caleb Plant if that's the case, or his team if that's the case. So if I'm Canelo and I'm trying to become undisputed, then okay, well, he can do one or two things. He can give him the money and buy the belt and go in and beat Caleb Plant like probably almost every person in the world know he's going to do. Or he could say, forget it, I'll fight someone else. If he does that and say, forget it and fight someone else, I mean, he'll get heat. He'll get heat because I can understand why Canelo and his team wouldn't want to pay that much money for a Caleb Plant fight. He's not the biggest name in the world. But he has something in his possession that Canelo needs to go in the history books. So it all makes sense on both ends. Now, what doesn't make sense is for Canelo to go up to 175. And they've been talking about this man named, what is his name? Artur Beterbiev. I don't know much about this dude, but I did a little research. He's a big, strong, powerful, aggressive dude. I mean, he can bang. And he has a sneaky Mack truck of a right hand that he will drop you with. To me, it's just too big of a risk. And I'm not saying that Canelo couldn't beat someone, the likes of Beterbiev, but it's too much of a risk. Why not stay at 168 and fight somebody else? Excuse me. Because if you can't get another championship, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't he have all the belts except one? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Stay at 168. He's not going back down to 160, so y'all can forget that. So the fight with Charlo or the fight with Boo Boo is not going to happen. If anything, the fight with Boo Boo and Charlo should happen. Those are the middleweights that should be fighting. Point blank, period. And we all know Andrade wants that. So, Charlo, come on, man. Give Boo Boo that shot. He has something that you want too. Don't you want another belt to strap around your other shoulder instead of one? Fight Boo Boo. But Canelo, stay at 168. I tell you someone that he can fight at 168. Say it with me. Benavidez. Now, I know Benavidez doesn't have a belt. But is that a huge risk for Canelo to take? Maybe. I do see Canelo pulling out that fight. Winning that fight. But I think that fight would be a blessing to the fight fans. Because it would be so competitive. It would be so good. It would be fireworks, man. Because we all know Benavidez is here to win, not lay down. He's one of the most honest fighters that I know of today. Today, Benavidez is one of the most honest fighters out there. And I love him for that. And not only that, the cherry on top is his ability. Yes, he's still green in some areas. Yes, there's things that he could improve on. But for the most part, Benavidez is a wrecking ball. And I would love to see the younger, taller, bigger Benavidez fight Canelo Alvarez. They both campaigned at 168 pounds. Why in the world would you move up and fight somebody like Beterbiev, who's a monster, and that is a threat no matter how you look at it? Fight Benavidez. Make that fight happen if the Plant fight, for some strange reason, won't happen. I don't understand why that fight wouldn't happen. I think it has something to do with money. Because I don't think Canelo is ducking Plant. That's not my thought process whatsoever. And some people are going to say that because Canelo gets hate. It doesn't matter what he does or how much he achieves or what accomplishments he reaches and goals that he reaches. He's going to get hate. He's a professional fighter. It is what it is. You got haters out there. They just sit back waiting to cut to hate on somebody. All right? We all know that. But I don't think it's a smart move for him to go back up to 175. I'm not saying that he can't. And I'm not saying that he doesn't carry the ability to do it. He's done it before against Kovalev. He's done it. Been there and done that. But why do that when you still have fighters at 168 that probably don't have a belt? That would be a great fight until y'all can make something happen with this Caleb Plant. So I don't understand why that fight's not happening. It makes no sense to me. None whatsoever. What's y'all thoughts on that, man? Why is this Caleb Plant fight not happening? Because it's strange to me. You know, comment down below and let me know, man. You know, is it a smart move for Canelo to go up to 175 again and fight Beterbiev, which I don't think is a good idea? Or should he stay at 168, where he's unified, and fight with someone like Benavidez? I think that would be fireworks, man. I would pay for that. I don't care how much that pay-per-view is. I would pay for that fight. If it was $100, I'd pay for it. And I'd get all my money's worth. I can guarantee that. But as always, respect all, fear none, God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk Box will be up and we out of here. Happy 4th of July, baby.